Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll go ahead and get started in 1 minute. Thanks for joining today. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get started. Again, thank you everyone for joining, and welcome to our webinar today about the anniversary engine. So really excited to start talking about this, and we've actually already had a beta group of customers launch with this. So really excited to announce it to the rest of our customer base and get everyone up and running on it. So I guess a couple quick housekeeping items. If you are here, please just make sure that your lines are muted. And along the way, there's a chat box that you can ask questions. So if you do need to drop off early, we're actually recording this, so we'll share a copy a little bit later this week. So um, yes, thank you, Morgan. Questions there along the way. So some quick introductions. If you're a Blueboard customer, kind of the usual suspects. My name is John Alarcon. I'm head of client growth here. On the line with me today, we have Justin Liu, who's our head of product. And his team actually did a lot of work to build this feature. Hey, Justin. We also have Morgan O'Maro, who's our implementation specialist. She's been doing a lot of work to get our customers up and running on the anniversary engine. And then also we have Morgan Cheney, who's our senior director of marketing. And then also Jed Nelson, who's our head of implementation and support. So again, appreciate you being here, and we're ready to get started. So what we'll cover today is just kind of what we've heard from our customer base and why we actually built the anniversary engine. And then we'll get into the nuts and bolts of what Justin and his team have actually built. So today we'll cover a live demo and then kind of go through what it takes to get started on anniversary engine, so that if you do have an anniversary program, we can actually get that up and running for you pretty quickly. So kind of talking about what we heard from you. Um, you know, when it comes to anniversary programs, we understand that they're very valuable to our customers. About 40% of our customers use Blueboard to power their anniversary rewards. It really is a way to kind of highlight longevity, as a way to say thank you for the endurance that the employees have showed at the company and the commitment to their company's missions. So with that, though, what we heard is that uh, it's very manual to send rewards and very time consuming. So if unlike kind of a spot reward program where managers can kind of do it on their own ad hoc, typically anniversary programs are centralized and it takes one or two people sending out a lot of rewards throughout the year. It's just a lot of work. And so we wanted to offload that for you. Um, the second thing is that because the manual nature of sending rewards, it introduces a lot of opportunity for error. So this might be, the wrong reward level. This might be that timing is off. It essentially introduces a lot of variability into it, or even worse, leaving someone out and forgetting someone's anniversary. And so we also wanted to eliminate that potential for error. And then the last component that we heard is that um, one important aspect of recognition is the manager, and that was completely missing from anniversary programs. So we wanted to make sure to kind of build a tool where managers were still able to be involved. The people that were working with these employees on a daily basis, they're able to also express their appreciation and also know when people actually choose their rewards and go out and do something to indulge a passion, challenge your comfort zone, or try something new. So what we've built. So what we've actually done is built a tool that allows you to automate the sending of rewards and also approve rewards before they go out. And so really the idea is kind of along the lines of delivering personalization at scale. Justin and the team have built a really amazing tool where you're able to actually set rules, get notified when rewards are coming up, and actually automatically send rewards at the time of your choosing, whether it's on the day of the anniversary or once a month or once a week, whatever it may be. And some of the core benefits of that, first and foremost, is guardrails. So we had talked about kind of setting some rules. We actually are able to help configure those rules so that no one gets forgotten and the right messaging, right reward levels are sent to employees. The second benefit is just control. And what this does is it gives you predictability in your program. Predictability on budget, predictability on timing. It just gives you full control over which rewards are going out when. The third is timeliness. So what you'll notice in the demo is that you're actually able to approve rewards in advance. So if someone is no longer at the company, or if you want to even edit the message a little bit to make it even a little bit more personalized, you can also do that. And the last thing is efficiency. So we want to, as a company, make it as easy as possible for you to deliver personalization at scale. And through the efficiency and with this automation, you're just going to get more time back through this tool. So with that, I'm excited to pass it over to Justin so he can highlight some of the things that they've been working on. And he'll run through a live demo. So Justin, take it away.
All right, hey everyone. I'm going to start by sharing my screen and hopefully you can see it now. All right, awesome. Hopefully everybody sees that. Raise your hand if you can't, but I can see it, so it should be okay. So I'm Justin, I'm the head of product at Blueboard, and today I'll be going through a demo of the anniversary engine. So there's a couple of, I already see a chat comment. Okay, not related to screen sharing, so I'm good. All right, so first of all, there's a couple of configuration steps to take. So if you notice in the top right, we have two different modules. We have employees and current balance as well. So right now, Blueboard really doesn't track work hire date. So we're going to depend on your team to provide that information to us via CSV file. It's pretty easy. It's first name, last name, email, and work hire date. But we'll be going over that in the implementation portion of this. Then obviously you need some sort of budget to fund your anniversary program as well. So right now you can see in the top right that I have a current balance of $9,100. So I'm good to go. I can begin by creating a rule to target a specific anniversary year. So create new rule. I'll say 1 year anniversaries. And I can specify the anniversary work year here. So let's say that it's 1 year, pretty simple, but let's say I wanted to do 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do the exact same thing. But for the sake of simplicity, let's keep it to 1 year. So next, I can either click next or click content here. So for 1 year anniversaries, pretend that I want to reward everybody who hits their 1 year anniversary with an Indigo. And if your program uses custom reward levels, they're going to show up here, but we're just using the default Blueboard one, so that's Indigo. So let's say we're going to give an Indigo reward for everybody who hits their 1 year anniversary. First, specify the reward level. Second, we can specify the reward sender. We automatically pull in all the different manager accounts and also the administrator accounts as well. So let's say that Sarah Totes, hopefully this isn't a real person because it should be dummy data. Next, specify the timing. So we've tried to provide a couple different timing options to make sure that the anniversary reward goes out on the right date. So we have options like the day of the work anniversary, regardless if it's a work day or not. So let's say that somebody's anniversary is on Saturday. Let's say you don't want them receiving an email on Saturday because it might get lost. Well, you can say that it's the first day of the anniversary week, or the first weekday of the anniversary month if that's more convenient. or a specific number of days prior to the anniversary date. So let's say my anniversary is today, November 5th, and I wanted it to come 1 day prior, so it would be delivered to me November 4th. So that's what that means. But again, for the sake of simplicity, let's pick the day of the work anniversary. We also have timing customization options. So let's say I like my anniversary rewards to go out super early at 5 a.m. Central Time. All right, so now that we've got the timing down, we can customize the messaging. This is a pretty cool feature because we can actually dynamically pull in the recipient's first name, last name, or anniversary year. So we have this little tooltip as a guide. So let's say happy anniversary, then I can use these tags, employee, first name, 1 year at Blueboard, and also personal note as well. So you've done a great job. You're a valuable asset to the team. All right, looks good, but we can also go a little more complex on the custom tags. So happy, so we can do first anniversary. So let's say anniversary year ordinal. So just in case you're curious what ordinal means, it's like first, second, like the ND, the RD, and the ST. So we make that easy for you. All right, and to review what we've done, I click summary. The automation name is called 1 year anniversaries. I'm only targeting 1 year anniversaries. Reward level looks okay. Sender is Sarah Totes. Timing's all right. And as for the email content, everything looks great. So if I'm not exactly sure whether I want to set this live right now, I can save it as a draft, but things look pretty perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it live. So I'll set this live. All right, cool. So it was set live and I can see my rule at the very bottom. You can see that it was created November 5th and at 9:42 a.m. or p.m. or it is a.m. I can also edit it if I'm not super happy with it. If I found out like, okay, I don't like anniversary capitalized, I can do that too. And since I've created the automated rule, my next step is to check the automated rewards that it generates. So this is a rule and it is meant to target 1 year anniversaries. We'll keep that in mind. So we'll click check automated rewards. And we can see there's a couple of people that have anniversaries coming up. So let's say I want to filter for 1 year anniversaries because that's who we're targeting. I can filter by the rule name as well. But for the sake of simplicity, let's take a look at JTester. So that's my pseudonym for this demo environment. So I see that the work anniversary is coming up in 4 days. Everything looks pretty good. Happy first anniversary, Jay. Hey, look at that. Like that's pretty cool. The tags worked. But let's say that for Jay specifically, that's myself, I want to give myself a higher level because I can do that. What if I want to give myself $1,000, a Tiburon instead? And my email is you're awesome. Save and approve. And so it gives you a heads up warning because it's a one-off reward, which will automatically approve it. So I'll just click save and I'll explain how the approval process works as well. So that's one way you can further personalize a specific reward. If you take a look at the table, we have 3 different queues. We have rewards that are pending approval. These rewards won't be sent whatsoever or at all unless you approve them. And this gives you some semblance of control over exactly what rewards are going to be sent out. So your budget isn't really deducted unless it's approved to send. If you notice, we started off with 9,100, now it's deducted to 8,100. And let's say that Lisa Monterey is actually, she left the company, so why is she getting a 1 year anniversary? Well, given that, we can delete this reward so we can make sure it doesn't send out whatsoever. So I'll delete that. The pending approval count goes down. And the goal is to eventually approve all these rewards so they will send on that specific send date. So if we don't approve the reward, so let's say Morgan's anniversary is November 11th. Well, it's supposed to send out in 6 days, but if I just don't approve it and let it sit in this queue, it's going to be past due, meaning nobody approved it in the proper amount of time. So if it's a past due reward and we approve it, it'll go out immediately. So let's transition over to the approve to send queue. These are all the rewards that I've already approved, and I can see that it's going to send out on November 9th, and that's the send date that I specified because that's the work anniversary date. So don't be worried about not approving, or I mean, I guess you should be worried, but we try to make it easy by sending you reminder emails 10 business days before the month ends of all the different the rewards pending approval. And that's an email that tells you, okay, you still have 10 rewards to approve this month or else they won't send whatsoever. And when it's November 10th, so let's say that the first reward has already sent, well, it'll send and it will transition over into the sent queue. So this is an audit table of all the rewards that were ever sent using our anniversary engine. And of course, you can export this as a CSV just to see what happens or what has happened on the platform. How much budget have you spent? Who's received rewards? And when did the rewards send? And I think, let's see if there's anything else to cover. I think that's actually pretty much it for the anniversary engine. So I'm going to stop here and I'll hand it off to Morgan, who will explain some of the more the finer implementation details.
Cool. Hey, everyone. My name is Morgan, and I am the implementation specialist here at Blueboard, not to be confused with Morgan Cheney, different Morgan. So I'm super excited because I get to work with all of you to get your anniversary engine program set up and configured. So it's really simple to get set up. As you saw Justin just go through the demo, all we really need from you is an employee roster, and the implementation team really does a lot of the heavy lifting to get you guys set up. So with that roster, you can see on the screen here, we'll need the first and last name of your employees, as well as their work hire date and their email. Shortly after this call, you're going to receive an email from me, and it's going to have a Calendly link in that email. As soon as you get that roster prepared, we'll book time, about an hour, and then we'll get you all configured. We'll get you up on the platform using that roster as you saw Justin go through. And it's super simple. We'll get everything set up. You'll be ready to rock shortly after just an hour call. Be sure to look out for that email. In about the end of the day today, we'll get that sent out and you can book time with me and you'll be ready to send out rewards. And now I'm going to send it back to John to get questions.
Cool. Thanks, Morgan. And thanks, Justin, for going through the walkthrough. So to kind of chat through some common questions that we've been hearing, I think the first one is there an additional cost? So because this is an earlier product feature, currently there is not an additional cost for this. And so, we just finished beta testing. Our initial batch of customers that are using it love it. It's making their life easier. And so we did want to extend it to our existing customers that are using us for anniversary awards, and not charge them for it. That said, down the line, this is something that's providing a lot of value, and so we anticipate that there would be a cost for net new customers that want to get on it. How long does implementation take? So, Morgan, maybe you want to speak to kind of like a time commitment and how long they can expect that it would take?
Yeah, so after we get that roster set up. It really just takes about a 1-hour call to get those rules configured. The heavy lifting on your guys' side is just getting that roster prepared and then coming to the table knowing what years your anniversary program is for, and then we'll be able to get it set up in just about 1-hour call.
Awesome, thank you. There's a few more questions that have been coming in. So I think a couple ones that I've been hearing is, can you send from a generic email address? So like a, people@companyname.com.
Yeah, so we'll be able to create an account that you can send it from a generic email, definitely.
Awesome. And a couple others that have come in very similar, but how do we make updates to recipient emails? Like say, for example, if they leave the company and you need to change it to a personal email. And then it looks like a similar question is, how do we make changes to the employee roster?
Yeah, so for just like any program, we can update any employee that leaves the company. We can change their email in the system, and they have the ability to do that. And then same with the roster, we kind of recommend about a 1-year upload just to make sure that it's staying fresh. And then same thing with approving the rewards, we kind of go off a quarterly basis. So you just need to go in about once a quarter, send a calendar invite to yourself, and go in and just approve the rewards and make sure everything's set.
Awesome. And that's all the questions that I'm seeing. Maybe you want to give it a few more seconds to see if there's any other that trickle in.
I see a question in the Q&A queue from Leah Benducci. How do we make changes to the employee roster? So in the demo, we in the top right, there was like the employees module where you saw 21 employees. And if you click that, you can actually download a template that has template of the employee roster CSV that has all the different employees that are up to date. So you can use that as a jumping off point, and it's going to be formatted correctly. So if you want to make changes to it, make changes directly on that CSV, save it, then upload it again. And I think that's how you make changes.
And if you guys have any other questions, you can definitely email support@blueboard.com and someone on the implementation team will be happy to help.
Awesome. Well, I believe that is all. So, again, really excited to introduce this to our customers. And, if, as Morgan said, if there's any questions, feel free to email support@blueboard.com. If you are not currently doing anniversary rewards, feel free to also email john@blueboard.com, and we'll plan on kind of discussing how customers are using us for anniversary programs and kind of the benefits that you might see with that. But other than that, we will let you go. Thank you everyone for joining today, and we'll see you out there.